One more time, Cesarina! All right, let's get the music up, everybody, come on! Get excited, let's go! There we go. Here we go. I love this music. All right, everybody, on three, lazy. 1, 2, 3, lazy. It is good to be here. It is good to be here with all of you today. How are you doing? Excellent. You know, I don't know if all of you are aware, but that was Cesarina's first time on stage sharing her side of the story of Silvio and Cesarina. So one more round of applause for Cesarina, please. Cesarina, absolutely incredible job. It was a pleasure to be here to see that. You know, it's so exciting to be able to be here and see the level of leadership that you have here in the Lazy Millionaires. It's something that cannot be duplicated. It has to be authentically created. And you see Silvio and Cesarina, you see Rui and Melissa, you see Mario y Carla, you see Tatiana and Tomas and Senede y Alejandro. The leadership that you have here are here to swap my microphone. No problem. Better? That's much better, isn't it? The leadership you have here to help create what you're experiencing is absolutely second to none. I want to thank all of you for letting me be a little bit more casual. For those of you that saw me at the last Life Extreme event, I came out in a suit and everybody laughed at me. And I said, well, the first time you come over to a friend's house, my mom always told me to dress up, so I dressed up. However, I now understand that the Lazy Millionaires like to do things a little bit more casually. So yesterday I had on my Lazy Millionaire shirt, and today I have on my other golf shirt. So it is a pleasure to be here today and talk to you about some of the opportunities that we have here at Empower Network globally. Now, before we do that, I'm going to need your help. Necesito que ustedes ayudarme con un mensaje muy importante por mi amigo Aaron Rashkin. Aaron is not here, and so I'm going to ask all of you to stand up for me, and we're going to say hi to Aaron Rashkin on video so that I can send this to him, because for those of you that don't know, you heard Cesarina and Silvio talk about Aaron Rashkin. How many of you know Aaron? Aaron Rashkin is an incredible man, so what we're going to do is on 3, we're all going to say, hi, Aaron. So on 3, delay, hi, Aaron. So let's go ahead, get this. Hey, Rashkin, we're here. We miss you. I wanted to make sure everybody gets a chance to say hi. So everybody, 1, 2, 3. Hi, Aaron. All right. We love you, dude. Thank you for that. I promised Aaron that I would send him a video of all of your smiling faces, and I wanted to make sure to follow through on that. So, JJ, if we could get my slides up, please. Unbelievable. And ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our team back there doing an amazing job on the sound and the microphones. Thank you guys so much. I only wish you knew how terrible I would look without their support. So thank you, all of you. So what I want to talk to you about today is this idea of what it means to build a global company. You see, we have a very unique business. Sylvia and I were actually talking about this when I first got here, that the online marketing side, the internet marketing side of our business is one of the things that makes it so incredibly powerful that it's unlike anything else the industry has ever seen. That it allows our company to grow and scale and duplicate faster than any other company can in this industry. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So, I'd like to start by talking about how big is the opportunity for what we do globally. And to do that, I'm going to illustrate that with a quote from Steve Van Andel. And Steve Van Andel was just interviewed this past month in Forbes. Now, Steve Van Andel was I believe he's the son of the original Van Andel of Amway. And he actually said, remember, largest direct sales company in the world. As far as the strategic decisions, the biggest shift that we have had over the last couple of decades involves significant global expansion. Prior to that, we were in a few markets, but it was primarily a US-driven business. Now, even as the US continues to be strong, 90% of our business comes from outside of the United States. 90%. Now, when you talk about what 90% means, take $11 billion and take 90% of that. So $9.9 billion of their company, the largest direct sales company in the world, is taking place globally. As Silvio continues to share with all of you, and I am proud to confirm, you are here at the beginning of the beginning. And some of the things that I'm going to be sharing with you today are about what we are doing at Empower Network Corporate to ensure that all of you are equipped to be able to build a global business. Now, of course, technology is important. Technology is the... So, a very funny story about this page for all of you. So, as many of you know, in the United States where I live, I'm approximately 7 hours behind you. So when I come visit you, I'm a little, oh, what day is it? What time is it? Am I supposed to be eating, sleeping? I don't know. And so I get to my hotel room, and I have a note that our join page is now in Portuguese. And I was so excited. I was so excited to be able to go to Silvio and say, Silvio, look, we did it. And all he sends me back is, smiley face, I already see it, and tell everyone. And I didn't even get to tell him because so many people had already seen it. So it was like my moment to surprise him, but he was not surprised. So I want you to begin to see the technology that is at work behind this, because it's truly something that we have learned how to do things and how not to do things. And working in a global business and leveraging technology to do it is not easy. It is a process of learning systems and how systems interact. And so when you look at these join pages, also in Espanol, it is something that it looks very simple on the surface. But it was actually something that took an entire overhaul of our technology architecture to be able to do this in a way that will allow us to now adapt multilingually every aspect of our business. And I'm about to show you that. I wanted to share with you a quote that I thought really helps to drive home what we are trying to do with the multilingual aspects of our business. And it's a quote by Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci said, "Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication." The reason that is important is because everything we build needs to be built well enough and needs to be built elegantly enough so that when you introduce your prospects or your friends, when they see that page, they experience it in their native language, and they don't have any hiccups or any areas that are in a different language and change that experience for them. That whether it's in Portuguese or Espanol or German or Russian or French or whatever the language happens to be, the experience for them has to be seamless. It has to be something that is honoring the culture and the language that they learn in and that they experience in. So it was something that was a significant undertaking, and it's actually powered by a dashboard that looks like this. And it's something that is really incredibly complex. And I wanted to give you a peek behind the scenes, because what this technology allows us to do, and why it took some time and some very significant investment, is this technology allows us to take every word in every software experience we have and be able to translate it simultaneously in as many languages as we choose, while being able to do so translating each word only one time. So as you can see here, we've translated thus far almost 8,000 sets of words. This particular project was only on the Portuguese and Spanish side. We had 3 translators working on this specific project, 2 coordinators, and all of the progress is here. And as you can see, Portuguese and Spanish are at 100%, which is why you see those pages before you. 100%. The reason why you are too kind. The reason that I want to share this with you, and the reason that I am so proud of being in a position that we now are on this type of platform, is we learned something. We learned that we need to build this in a way that not only works just in Portuguese, because truthfully, Silvio has been so incredibly patient and so incredibly gracious in continuing to ask for that join page in Portuguese. The experience helped us realize that it can't be built to only work in Spanish. It has to be built in a way that it can work with all of the languages that we are now seeing the growth taking place in Empower Network. So that is one of the things that we've learned, and that is why we took the time to begin building a foundation that allows us to move confidently into a global enterprise that we believe will scale faster than any global business that you've ever been a part of. Now, I want to talk to you about what's next. Now, we've now moved to a place where we have the tools, we have the technology. You now see the join pages multilingually. What you're going to see over the next 30 to 60 days is you're going to see areas of the back office begin being available in multiple languages. Over the next 30 to 60 days, you're going to begin seeing every time they put on that music, I don't know if I'm supposed to wait or if I'm supposed to dance. So over the next 30 to 60 days, our mobile application, which is now in alpha testing, is also going to be moved multilingually. Over the next 30 to 60 days, our goal is to begin providing you a native language experience, not only in joining, but in the back office, as well as in the inner circle, and in every aspect of your interaction with the tools that we provide you. And thankfully, now on this type of technology, we actually have the ability to do that. We can hire simultaneous translation teams. We can have all of them working together. And it's the first time in the history of the company that we've been able to do that. So I want to share one thought with you, and then we are going to begin recognizing some of the top performers here with the Lazy Millionaires. And it's something that I want to share with you that I spend a lot of time thinking about. And that is, when you look at how fast businesses have grown over the last 3 decades, not only are businesses growing faster, but they're growing faster. And what I mean by that is, with each advance in technology, with each advance in the ability to reach people in groups, you have the ability to see a business grow exponentially. It doesn't necessarily grow one at a time. It grows by 10, then by 100, then by 1,000, 100,000 and beyond. It grows by orders of magnitude, is what it's called. We are leading the industry in blending the power of building teams with the power of online marketing. We are blazing a trail that globally the world has never seen. Silvio talks about being at the beginning of the beginning. And what I can share with you is, we've seen what can happen with this type of growth only in the United States. And that season, so far, has meant over $150 million in sales. It has meant $14 million earners created. Now, their results are not typical because they're not typical. Please see our average earnings disclaimer at empowernetwork.com/income. I know, I have to. If I don't, nobody else will. But what I want to share with you is that season taught us a tremendous amount about the power and the potential of this type of business model. It taught us about the power and the potential of building teams with the tools and technology that are available. It taught us about the power and potential to break industry records, to create income and commissions faster and in bigger numbers than any company of our type before us. And we are still, as far as our type of company, the single largest player in our space ever. And we've only just begun. Because what I do know is I do know that over the next year, we are going to see more million-dollar rings created. We are going to see more people choosing to do business on their own terms and to join the most collaborative, creative, and engaged community of entrepreneurs that the world has ever seen. A community of entrepreneurs committed to doing business based on their priorities and nobody else's. Committed to living a life of freedom outside of the bounds of a cubicle or a boss or a company that maybe requires you to market or do things in a way that is not based on your priorities. And I also know that those results and those million-dollar rings are going to be created even faster than we've done it before. And I'm fairly confident in the very near future, we're going to be seeing quite a few million-dollar rings here in Portugal.
Yes!
And in Spain, yes, of course. Well, Portugal and Spain, and it is, and in Spain. Where's Sinead Alejandro? There we are, in Spain. You know, there are moments like this that many of you in here may not understand the significance of some of what I'm sharing, because for you, you've never been where you are right now before. You heard Silvio and you heard Cesarina and you heard Mario and Carla talk about the earlier events of the Lazy Millionaires. You heard about a couple of people here, a couple of people there, a small group here, a small group there. And before you know it, you're filling auditoriums and you're filling theaters that you only envisioned back then. So imagine, with a vision that led from a couple of people to events like this, imagine what will happen if you plug into this community and you stay close to your leadership, you follow the system. Imagine the capability of a group like this, with a vision like that, with tools like these. If you are not unbelievably excited, I don't know what else we can possibly do, because I am excited. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for the opportunity to serve as your CEO. It's an honor and a responsibility that I take very seriously. It is always a pleasure to be able to spend time with our entrepreneurs building businesses all over the globe. So thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for giving me the time to be with you here today. And I'm going to go ahead and stop talking so we can start recognizing some of the top performing lazy millionaires that you know and love. So please help me bring back up to the stage Mr. Silvio Fortunato.